Hello, hello. It's another Monday. We are going live here. I do this every Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time or Pacific Daylight Time or whatever the case may be. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for being here live or actually being here during the replay. I appreciate it. I'm still a little loopy. If you did not know, I completed the 4x4x48 challenge yesterday. So I may be a little bit all over the place today, so I apologize in advance. But yeah, I actually feel pretty good. I took it nice and easy. That's how I plan to do it. So I don't feel as of yet any kind of other than some muscle aches, anything major other than that. So what else is going on? Yeah, it's a beautiful Monday. Yeah, I had a very long weekend. So if you did not know, I started it on Friday night at 8 p.m. and it ended yesterday at 4 p.m. And I did it all for charity. I am the owner, I'm not owner, but I am a co-founder along with my darling wife of the charity nonprofit Run for Grace, Inc. And you could head over to the YouTube channel and check that out or Instagram. And so, yeah, what we do for that charity is we put on running events to help those in need. And this was one of those events. It was for an organization called the Children's Center. They are here in the Antelope Valley where I live. They help families and children that are going through trauma, abuse, having issues. They have all kinds of services like therapy and all kinds of wonderful programs to help people that have gone through that. And since I am a survivor of child abuse, it is something that is very close to my heart. So that was the motivation behind this. And what we did was instead of just leaving out of my house, I actually, I involved the community. We involved the community. We had each leg. So at 4x4x48 challenges, you run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours. And so so I figured a great way to get the community into this was to have a sponsor at every single leg, every 4-mile leg. And we had 11 sponsors. So I had to pretty much leave my house, go to the location of the sponsor. It was within my community. So the furthest I had to go was about 15 minutes. And that was in a town called Palmdale. And so yeah, we had 11 sponsors. I was so thankful to have every single leg taken by a wonderful small business out here. And yeah, it was interesting because I didn't have to, but I wanted to. We did like a short commercial for each business beforehand. So I had to get there early, film a quick commercial for them, and then give a fact about the Children's Center, about the services they provide, or some kind of statistic or just something. So that was another added piece of it. Plus, I made a YouTube video out of it. I was filming I will be putting that out hopefully this week on how you can do your 4x4x48 challenge. I took you along on my journey while providing tips on if you ever decided to take it on. So I'm hoping to have that out by Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. We'll just see. In other news, I am doing a video every single day until this community has 1,000 beloved supporters. And this is kind of like a way of forcing me to be accountable, forcing me to keep doing it. So I love putting videos together so much. I have so much fun with the filming and the editing. And so this is kind of a way of pushing me, because when I wasn't doing this, I was not being very consistent in putting them out just when I could. But this teaches me to put them out on a consistent basis every day and to not worry so much about perfection. There's a great quote that I like to think of. Is called, perfection is the enemy of good. So don't worry about being perfect. Just get something out there and think of it as a learning experience. Hey, if you didn't go as well as you thought it would go, hey, you took that and you learned for next time. So that's the purpose behind, the main purpose behind these daily videos that I'm doing. And this is one of those daily videos. Like, actually, Monday is kind of like my easy day because I get to go live. I don't have to worry about editing or putting anything out. And you're probably wondering, well, how did you do that during your 4x4x48? Well, it was because I did shorts. I decided, you know, I already have enough stress on me about the fundraising and the mileage. Let me just put a couple of short videos out there. Those still count as a video, and they did actually pretty well. I'm happy with how they turned out. So thank you for being here. Oh, Louis, thank you for being here. Hello, Louis. Hello. Congrats on the challenge. Thank you so much. I just finished talking a little bit about that, but I'm going to go into detail now. I'm going to go through every single leg and how I felt through every single leg. Of course, I'm going to have a full video out this week about it, but I don't really go too deep into the details of my stats on that video. That video is going to be more of a helping service to those that want to do it. Like, I'm going to give you some tips on how you can do it yourself, because this is the second time I did it. So I have a little bit of experience under my legs. Pardon the pun, no pun intended on that one. But yeah, I appreciate the support, Louis. That was nice. So let's get into the stats. Now let's see if I could actually share this a little bit more smoother than I did last week. So we are going to go into my Strava tab, and we're going to go by each one. Make sure how that looks. That looks good. Okay, fantastic. Okay, this is day one. This was at 8 p.m. on Friday night, and as you see, I would like to put the challenge leg, and then I put the restaurant or the business that I was starting from, the sponsor of each, because each leg was sponsored. And the first one was sponsored by Great Wall Restaurant. They are it's a Chinese restaurant here, about a mile from where we live. They've been out here for 30 years, and they've always been such great supporters of this, of our fundraisers. So, but before I move on, I want to know, can you hear, Louis, if you're still there, can you hear me okay? I have these fans on. I don't want it to be too distracting. Please let me know in the chat if they're too loud. If they are, then I'll turn them off. But anyways, yeah, so I did the first one. I did a nice, easy. My goal for this was just to keep it nice and easy. I didn't want to overdo myself. I didn't want to risk injury. So I said, okay, if I could do between a 10 and 13-minute pace on each one, I'm happy with that. So yeah, the first one, the 4 mile and 10 mile per pace. That was a nice one. Felt good about it. Let's see how my mileage was. Let me click onto this. Get a little bit more details there. Yeah, so up to 10, 943, 1013, 956. So pretty consistent. I didn't worry too much about heart rate. But I'm pretty sure I stayed within a threshold pace the entire time. Let's take a look and to see what my numbers were. So I was yeah, so it looks like I was in, let's see. How did I get into that? Well, I'm not going to get into it now. But yeah, it looks like I was in between 140 and 162. I think that's like my threshold pace. It says tempo here, but I think according to my personalized heart rate that I go off of from my training, that was my threshold pace. But yeah, so the first one felt good. Let's see. Here, loud and clear. Thank you so much, Louis. I appreciate that. Yeah, my studio is out here in my garage, so I need to have these little coolers here on me to make sure I don't overheat myself. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 2, leg 2. This was at 12 a.m. on Saturday night. I was able to take off pretty much on time. And this is only at a place called Only Escrow. Yeah, you can see my pace went a little bit slower on that one. And let's go into the details here. Click on here. Okay. Yeah, so but at 10:53, 10:11, I'm still within the zones or the numbers that I wanted. Oh, there's my heart rate. Yeah, 145 and 154. Let me check real quick just to let me just see what that my zone is for that. So accurate thing. Let's see. Heart rate zone. So 145. So I was pretty much I was between my half marathon race pace and my threshold pace throughout most of this. So it looks like I was at Let's see. Yeah, looks like I was pretty much in my threshold pace for most of this. Yeah, 10:53 to 10:20. It looks like I sped up a little bit on the end. Who knows what the conditions were? Maybe because it was downhill or something. Yeah, that's cool. All right, so let's get to leg number 3. How did leg number 3 go? And okay, so this one was at Serve Pro. This is a place in about 10 minutes away from my house. They do restoration services out here where I live. And that one was, my pace was a little bit slower in that one. Let's see. Yeah, I think I was kind of struggling on that one. That one, I remember, it felt like it went on forever. You see, I had to go down the street and I made it right, and I just followed it down there. We came back, and my heart rate was pretty much in the same zone. I just took my time. I was listening to some podcasts at that one. But yeah, it looked like, I think that's when the pain kind of just started. I started feeling a little bit stiff on that one. Next one, leg number 4. And this was from a place called 80 Floors. It felt so good to get back to daylight again. And it felt hot. I don't know why. Luckily, my buddy Chris, he's at High Desert Runner here on Instagram. He's one of my buddies. He actually was part of our last fundraising program. So it was good to see him. He's a fast runner. He does like a 7:30, 8-minute pace on a normal run. So he had to kind of slow down for me. But this one felt hard for me. Yeah, look at my pace, 10:13, faster than the last one. Let's see how my heart rate was on this. My heart rate was 147 and oh yes, see, my heart rate went way up, way higher than my previous one. Went up to 160. Yeah, so I was struggling. Even though he told me, hey, do it in your own pace, it was still like, you're with someone, you don't want to slow him down too much. So that was cool. I really appreciate he was there with me. All right, next one is leg number 5. And this was, oh man, this was this was the hardest one I had up to this point. I started from a place called AV Retro. They are a place that sells old computer stuff, like video games and like things like Xbox and PlayStations and Nintendo. And like, so if you want like old stuff, that's where people go out here for that. So, but this was a struggle because the temperature here, I wonder if I could find the temperature. You get it. I'll click on here. But it was rough. It was probably close to 100. Let's see if I can find the temperature here. Do they have that? I don't see it. But yeah, it was hot. It was like 96, 97 degrees. And as you see, my paces really went down on this one. I was took it easy the first one, and then started acting. Look at that, a negative split, all 4 of them. I didn't know that. I guess I was just in a hurry to get back. But yeah, that was, I remember up to that point, it was rough. That was not an easy one at all. So if you don't know, you can follow me on you can follow me on Strava. I'm under Anthony Bailey. Follow me there, Lewis, if you're there. I'd like to follow. I think we can follow each other there. Yeah, so that's leg number 5. So let's see how the next one went. Leg number 6. Okay, this is from one of my favorite places out here. This place called Lucky Luke Brew Pub. If you don't, you might be familiar. If you drink beer, you might be familiar with them. They Lucky Luke Brewing. They have a lot of beers. They distribute all over the. I don't know if it's just California, all over the country, but yeah, they have always been a big supporter of our nonprofit, our fundraisers. The owners are super kind, and they always participate in any way they can for our fundraisers. And again, so 4 p.m. This was 4 p.m. on Saturday. I thought it'd be a little bit cooler, but it wasn't. It was still hot. Let's get into the details here. Yeah, I was struggling on at least looking back, I was struggling on this one. So let me get back to the splits. And here we go. Yeah, so my pace is out. Look, I went down to a 13-minute pace on this one. Oh no, 12 to 13. Yeah, that's about right. It was hot. hot, folks. Let's see. Let's see the temperature. Oh, there it is. Yeah, temperature 93. So yeah, still warm. So yeah, I'm glad that one got done. I was really happy with that one got done. Sheesh. Yeah, but you know, one of the managers came out and did a video with us, so that was fun. And then the next one was another brewery. They also sell beer. Oh, cool. So you follow me on Strava? Nice. I think I follow you back too. I'm gonna have to make sure. When I get done with this, I'll make sure I follow you back. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. How many hours did you sleep? Okay, yeah, the sleep. I slept maybe 45 minutes to an hour and a half. I think an hour and a half was the longest, and that was only on one. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. But yeah, about an hour was an average of sleep, what I do in between. Oh, I forgot my banner up. So, okay. So, yeah, next I said Bravery Brewing is the next one. This was, oh my gosh, I was so excited about this one because they sell pizza also. And what's cool about this organization is they sell pizza, and $1 from every pizza they sell goes to a nonprofit in our community. So I love hearing about that. Anybody that does something for charity, I love hearing about. So so thankful to have them on for the first time. This is their first time being a sponsor for this fundraiser, and they actually were very generous with their sponsorship. So I'm very thankful for them. Let's get into the details. Oh, there's the pizza I ate. Delicious. A vegetarian pizza. Yeah, so this was the 7th leg. It is nighttime, so it was a little cooler out. I wonder if I can't see the thingy here. The temperature on this one. Anyways, yeah, still stayed within my 10 to 13 minute pace that I wanted to do. I think this one was a little bit faster than the last one. Of course, going to get cooler, and looks like my heart rate went a little bit lower. Look at that. My heart rate went a little bit higher on each one. How interesting is that? Cool. Yeah, that one felt good. I felt good, but I was excited for that one because of the pizza. Oh my gosh, I was so excited to get that pizza. So I got home, showered, and got to dinner. Yeah. So that's that. So Lewis, if you're watching that, have you ever done the 4x4x48? I'd like to hear about how you did it and how your experience was with it. With all the running you did, I'm sure you might have thought about doing it at one point. Or if anybody else is watching, please, or if you watch the recap, go in here and let me know if you've ever done this challenge. Okay, so this one was from another escrow company. And at that point, you see, I was a little bit tired to input all the data onto my Strava, so I just made a video. And if I found, I'm so happy that they made that they add videos now to Strava. It makes it so much easier. And so, you know, they started that about a month or two ago. So yeah, add some videos. I think it just brings more life to your Strava, in my opinion. But yeah, okay, so this one was from an escrow company. This was an amazing one. Oh, no, this wasn't a different escrow. This is a great company, but this was actually in Palmdale. This was way further than wait, did I miss one? I think I missed one back here. Luke, retro. Yeah, I did. I missed my second one. Oh my gosh. So I went to, let me go back to my second one. This was at midnight on Friday. And I'll just do a quick recap before I get back. So that one felt okay. That one was tough because it was kind of a sketchy neighborhood. So I was like, not really quite sure, but I stayed within my paces here. My heart rate was good. And yeah, so that's that. Let me get back to leg number. Now this was my favorite one. This is probably my best performing one out of all of them, with escrow one. Leg 8. This was at 12 p.m. on Saturday. Actually Sunday morning, 12 a.m. Sunday morning. And as you see, my overall pace, at one point I got to 9:33. That was like that might have been probably the fastest one I did up to this point. Because I was just in a groove on this one. Oh my gosh, I felt like it was nice and quiet. The weather was nice and cool. It was nice and quiet, and I was flying. I was listening to the perfect podcast. I was in the zone on this one. So by far, this leg was my favorite. But I'm going to talk about in the video that I have coming up. There are ups and downs on this. So when I got home from that, I actually had, because it was actually relatively close to my house, I got home and actually had a pretty long nap after this one, like an hour and a half. So let's see. Before I get into this, Lewis, he said, no, I haven't done this kind of challenges. Sorry, but I love my 6 or 7 hours of straight sleep time. Yeah, completely get it, Lewis. Completely get it. Yeah, my wife, she helped me along the way on this, and she got up a few times, and she just like said, "There's no way." She's like you. She needs her straight sleep. So, yeah, but I'd be interested to see if you ever take this on, just to see how it goes for you. Thank you for sharing, Lewis. That was nice of you. Yeah, so let's get back. Yeah, so Serve Pro leg number 9 was so hard because my body was super stiff from the night sleep I had, my hour and a half sleep that I had from the last one. I think, and plus since the other one went so well, and I went to like a little higher pace, my body, I felt like, oh gosh, it felt like it was, my legs were full of concrete. But another added challenge to this one was my Strava wasn't, or my Garmin froze on me at one point. It like I set it up, I did my videos, my little commercials, and then when I went, it got stuck on a thing called something about my location or something, and it would not get off of that. And I'm like, dang it. And I was already like 10 minutes late. Let's see, what time did I start this one? I started at 4:10. Yeah, I was supposed to start this at 4 a.m. and I started 10 minutes late because I could not, first of all, I was in pain, I was tired, and I could not think of how to film the commercial for this particular leg. So then when I got started, I finally finished out like 4:06, and then 4:10, 4:06. I noticed that my watch was frozen, so I had to go to my phone. I had to go to my Strava on my phone, and I haven't done that in a long time. So I had to putz with that for a minute, but I ended up get going, and I ended up finishing. Let's see what my, and you look at my pace, 13. That's like over the threshold that I wanted. Yeah, I was really, this one was taking forever. Pace 12, 13 up to 13. Yeah, this was a struggle for this one. It's like I find my heart rates on this one. I don't see it. I'm not going to take too much time looking at it, but yeah, that was a tough one. And so what was the temperature? Yeah, 72 degrees. So that was a much, even though it was much cooler, still a struggle. Okay. Let's get into leg number 9, leg number 10. Oh, this is the next morning. It finally is a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. Felt much better on this one. And I was excited because this was a donut shop right around, actually it's right on the corner from where I live, less than a 2-minute drive. So that was much easier at Spud Nuts. And I knew, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get some donuts. I was so excited. And I was actually able to do a route that I'm familiar with. Went around the neighborhood, then actually the same route that I usually take most of my workout runs on. As you see, my pace was at a 10-minute pace. I was at the lower end of my spectrum that I wanted to be in. Felt great. The weather was nice. Let me get into this. Had my donut at the end, as you see. And yeah, it was 75 degrees, so it felt good still. And yeah, I stayed at a nice consistent between a yeah, like 11:50 to 12:16. I felt good on that one. And I listened to the Rich Roll podcast. That's one of my favorite podcasts. If you don't listen to it, I highly recommend you do. That is fantastic for long runs because his episodes are usually about 60 minutes long, or no, about 2 hours long. His episodes are 2 hours long. So what does Lewis have to say? If I was on a safer place to run at those kinds of hours, maybe I would, but as of now, I don't want to risk it going for a run in the middle of the night there and here in Tijuana. Yeah, oh man, I understand that. That makes a lot of sense, Lewis. Yeah, there's a few times and I was like a little sketched out, like, okay, I see somebody riding a bike in the middle of the night. And I'm like, I gotta keep my eye open. I had to like look over my back, make sure that this person wasn't coming at me. But luckily, my neighbor, my city, It has some crime, it does, but luckily I was safe for the most part. But yeah, for as far as Tijuana, yeah, that would be interesting. You'd definitely bring your pepper spray, your billy club with you on those runs, huh? Okay, so let's get into leg number 11, and this was at a place called another donut shop. And as you see, I had a crew with me on this one. There's a local running crew called We Run AB. If you don't follow them on Instagram, please do. We Run AB. They are a new running club, but we've kind of connected with them through our running club, and they're just a great group of folks. This is the founder here, that name's Samantha. There's her husband, and there's the two kids, and they're the owners of the donut shop, and then we have a couple other folks from their club that joined us. And this was another struggle. Oh my gosh, it was hard because it was, again, 12 p.m. in the afternoon. The weather was hot. Let's see what the weather was, but on this one, there was a lot of hills, a lot of elevation on this one. Let me see what the elevation was. Might have been just in my head, but yeah, I was struggling, and yeah, the pace. I stayed within my pace that I wanted to be in. It was still, I felt just drained. See if I could find I don't see the details here, but yeah, it was hot on that one, and the elevation was no joke. But and I had to walk a few times on this one. And then I felt some pain in the arch of my left foot. I'm like, oh no, what is this? But it turns out I was probably just dehydrated or something. So that's that. And then let's get to our last one, our very last leg, which was leg number 12. And that was at the organization at which I was doing this all for. And what I liked about this one was I had no pressure. I didn't have to go to another one after this, so I was able to take my time, take it easy. And then this one was super hot also. And luckily, I had a buddy of mine. You see that my friend there, Andy. He was able to come out. He actually he was part of our previous fundraising team, and so we had a nice run walk session. But beforehand, we actually did a little interview with the Children's Center. We sat down and did like a 7-minute video. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can head to our Run for Grace on Instagram. I'm gonna put that here in the so you can see it. Add a banner. Add to at Run for Grace on IG. You see the interview. Add banner and show. Yeah. So head to Run for Grace on IG to see the interview. I sat down and did like a 7-minute thing with one of the employees there. We had a lot of fun. It goes into detail about why I did it for them and what they do. And she asked me some really fun questions from a non-runner's point of view. She asked me some questions like, how was your sleep? How did you get through this? It was interesting. So if you want to have time, check it out. It's like 8 minutes long, and it shows the ending of it. And so, yeah, so here we go. Oh, wow, look at that. So my pace, I wanted to stay between 10 and 13. And even though we walked a few of these, we walked probably half of it, I still stayed within my pace. So cool. I'm happy to see that. I need to see my heart rate go a little lower because we're walking. It wasn't too high. But I was so thankful to have Andy there because, having any kind of support is always nice. And then my family was there. They rung the bells and they cheered me on in. So that was really cool. You see that little video here. So see, there it is. I don't know if you can. There's a video of us coming on in. And yeah, there's Andy saying I'm a beast. So that was cool. That was a lot of fun. And here's this picture that I did this on my Instagram. I checked off every single one. I thought that was a fun note adding to it. So yeah, that's it. So that's my recap. Let me get out of this. So that's the whole recap of my 4x4x48 challenge. Hide that. Wait, no. Show that. Hide this. Wait. hide that. Bam, there we go. Yeah. So we ended up raising, let me see what the total amount was. I think it was, so our goal, we had a soft goal of raising $448. It was, in correlation with the 448. We ended up raising almost triple that, but double. $1,170 we raised for that organization. So super happy how it went. I know, and during the current economic times, we're so thankful for anybody that's able to support. So that's it. That is my recap. Thank you for watching, Lewis, for live, and for those who are able to watch this in the recap. I appreciate you. Yeah. So, and oh wait, let's do a little. Let's see what my. So as you know, I'm on a mission to hit, like I think I mentioned earlier, hit 1,000 beloved supporters, and as of now, this community is 744 supporters strong. So we're getting close. And so I'm just curious, like, I'm going to see what I think when I started this, let me go back here. I'm going to go into my page. I'm going to see where I started at before I started being consistent every day. What was my number? Because if you look in my description, you'll see that I put my supporter count in every single one. It's not only for me to see, like, to look back and see how much this channel has grown, but to see how to help others, to see, okay, well, this is the process and how long it takes to grow. So, okay, so over a week ago, it was 8/19, so that was 10 days ago. I started at this channel had 727 supporters. So 727 to 744. So that's 727 to 744. That's 17 supporters in 10 days by going, I think, and part of that is being consistent every single day. I think it kind of helps the algorithm. I don't know if it helps or not, but yeah, that's not bad. Like almost 15 new supporters in 10 days. I'll take that. Yeah, so that's what's going on now. So now I'm going to head on out. I'm going to go get in some strength work, because I did see during this that I was having a real struggle getting to the end of these things. And I think a lot of that has to do with strength work. I need to get my muscles stronger to be able to sustain the mileage. And so I'm gonna get some strength work in, get some upper body, and plus I want to get some muscle tone. I realize I don't get as much muscle tone as I used to have. So I want to fix that. And then I'm going to get a jacuzzi dip in. I love getting the jacuzzi dip in. It relaxes my muscles, and I get to relax for a little bit. And then the rest of the day is going to be me doing my social media management company stuff for my clients. And then I have been voluntold by my wife that we're going to be cleaning up the garage today and working on our home gym, so then she can get to it. So that's what my plan is for today. So thanks for watching. I hope my recap of this 4x4x48 challenge helped you in your journey, if you ever decide to take it on. Or if you're just curious, whatever. But yeah, so I know a lot of you like seeing the numbers, and so that's what I like. I like to provide as much value as I can on this platform, on this channel. So thank you for watching, Lewis. I appreciate you watching live. That was really nice of you. And those who watch in the replay, thank you for supporting. I appreciate it. And I will see you next Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But we will do a recap of this week, what I got going on for this week. So, okay, see you next time. Bye.